Hello! Hello! Welcome! I'm excited for tonight. It's my Thursday video, which is always lots of fun. Welcome. Feel free to sit back and relax. Let me know if you're here. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay is also awesome. Hey, we're here. All right, we are here. A few minutes late getting on, but that's okay. We are here, so I'm just gonna get situated, get myself organized. Hi. Hi, eyeballs. All right. So we're going to start off with, I got two circles. And you're probably like, why are there two circles? We got to do the prize for last week's video. But first I need to make a wheel. Because I only have the wheel in two types. Which is eluding me right now. There. So I have the wheel in a 2-piece and a 3-piece. I need a 4-piece. So we're going to make that tonight. Or today. Tonight. Alright. So more or less same idea. Just got to make a new one. Alright. So one of these will be like the other, except one will be the original, the other one will be a cutout. So best thing to do is, on the world of the internet, is find a circle that works for you. And that's what these are. And my doodles are purposely being hyper. They want to go outside and play. Again. And I told them after the video, we'll go outside. So first things first is just cut the circle. Happy snow day for us in southern Ontario. Kind of. Not really much of a snow day. Enough to make things a little messy. Some workplaces let their workers go early, except mine. Go figure. We noticed a lot of school kids appeared to be home earlier. We don't really know, but just that. Things were pretty... Yes, and this is scrap paper, by the way. I am a fanatic for scrap paper. And buddy update, his cone is officially coming off tomorrow. It's been 2 weeks as of today. We were going to take it off last weekend, but life and buddy got in the way. Because little buddy boo was a little not ready for that yet. So we gave him a little break, and then it's like, okay, doodle, we got to put it back on you. So it is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to bring in Butterfly Kisses. It's an old retired DSP set. And I'm going to see if I can use any of these old pieces, which it looks like I can't, but that was a nice try, which is too bad. But let me just pull out some stuff. Actually, these will do. We're getting somewhere. So let me double check, see if I can use any of... Actually, I can. Woohoo! I'm excited. Okay, we can use some old pieces. Sweet! Alright, so let's go with those ones. Alright, so I need total 4 pieces, and this is where you can bring in a pencil or something or whatever to do tracing. So I need a total of 4. Now, can I do 2 per? No. So 1, 2, hold on. I got 1, 2, 3. I will need a 4th. And there's a 4th. Okay. So let's have at it. Let's make our pieces one at a time. Would be beneficial. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just enough to trace out what we need. And technically, I don't really need the rest of these. I just like to cut them out for the sake of cutting them out. Because I think it's whimsy fun. I like that side. One, 2. Let's get this side. My doodles really want to go outside. Oh my goodness. They love the snow. They really do. And then 4. I'm purposely using the side that is less pictury on purpose in case I want to do something different. Alright, so I got the 4 traced. So then start cutting the lines. I might use the butterfly side. I really should. It's more pretty, eh? Yeah, that's much more nicer for a spinning wheel. Oh, hi. Little Princess Ivy has graced us with her presence under the desk. I've yet to really get her on camera when I'm doing my Thursday videos, eh? So, 1, 2, 3. Four. I got one odd one out. That's okay. So these leftover pieces, I'm still going to keep for futuristic, crafty something. So I'm just going to throw it into my little pile here. And we're done with that beautiful paper for the moment. So I'm just going to put it back in my easy access pile because I keep a whole whack of stuffs right nearby for crafting for stuff like this. Alright, and then these pieces I don't need. So that can go in the garbage, or you can use it for something else. Up to you. This is just regular, you know, computer paper. Alright. So let's see how these look. So I also want it to be visually, you can tell the difference. And I think that will work. Doesn't that look pretty cool? I'm excited. Alright. So I'm going to come in with my Stamp and Seal Plus, which the lid already popped off, but that's okay. And start gluing. I'm going to go along the flat sides. Like so. So I can try to get a really good seal happening. And for future reference, if you comment on my Thursday videos, you get entered into the same type of draw. So all you gotta do is comment on the video each week. And I'll show you shortly what we're drawing for. What's the prize? So the prize in this case would be one of the cards I made from last week, which I actually made a couple. I made 2 on the video, which was a lot of fun. And my circle's a little lopsided, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but enough that we have a really nice circle. And I'm getting Facebook notifications on strangers from another land trying to friend me. Hey Jenny, thanks for watching and joining us. Welcome, welcome. I was starting to wonder if I'm all by myself here. Yeah, these are pretty. This is, I know I said it right at the top what the paper was. Butterfly Kisses. It's retired paper. And it's really nice. Okay, so I kind of got that going. So there's my 4-piece thing. I need to make a hole in the middle, which I probably should have left a little gap in the middle, but that's okay. Alright, so then I'm going to take my pokey stick and literally just poke the middle without injuring myself. Ta-da! That is done. And then kind of go back in again. Try to wiggle it a little. That's all good. I was a few minutes late getting on today, but I got with it. Alright, so then I'm going to take the last one from last time, and open up the Brad thingy, barrette, I don't know, Brad, barrette, whatever you want to call the little thingy, because it's got my spinner on it. And I'm going to poke that through my new little hole, and then flip over, and feel free to not read this piece of paper. Because it was a advertisement for something I was after that did not work out. Alright, so we got that. Just make sure there's a good bit of a gap that is there. That way it can spin. And there we go. It is spinning very, very nicely. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So now we've got our spinny wheel ready to go to announce a prize. And over time, as I get these made up, I don't have to make them each week, but at least it's fun to also make them once in a while. Okay, so I'm just gonna. So these are the previous ones I've made. I've got a threesome, a twosome, and then now I got a foursome. All right, so I'm gonna throw that up. So let's declare, what are we aiming for? What's the prize? So if you remember last week, we had these cards. This one I made ahead of time, just to work out a concept. And this is featuring the Sale-a-bration paper, Most Adored. Oh, I got both puppies here. Good puppies. And I just did the Most Adored paper with the gold. And then the pink is again Most Adored. Then just some white cardstock, and I did some watercolor coloring with the leaf, with the dyes from, it's gonna elude me, the Love of Spring dyes. I'm like, what was this dye's name again? And then the stamp Love is from the January, I think it's January, Paper Pumpkin Kit. I got them here, the stamps. The Love. I even have a die for that Love too, which is really nice. So that was like the first card. Oh, and then back to the stamps again. I did the flower a couple times using, so that's Real Red, and then Fresh Freesia, and then Flirty Flamingo. Okay, there we go. So that's a nice little love card, which someone had commented this past week that they don't have anyone for Valentine's to give to. I'm like, yes, but true. But this could also be just love in general, kindness to someone. So that was the card I made. And then, so on video, I made this one. I changed the stamps up. I used In the Moment stamps with her. So same paper from the Most Adored, and then the white cardstock. And then the In the Moment, I can't even talk tonight. And that was Fresh Freesia with a little bit of Real Red and Flirty Flamingo in that. And then I did that leaf stand. You can't even see it. Leaf. And then I did the Love in the gold embossing. And then because the leaf was still kind of wet and a little bit here of her, it kind of created a really neat effect, which is really cool to play with. So that was the second one. And then during the video, I'm like, I need this card because I have a reason for it actually. So I made another one. So same thing. This time, again, Most Adored paper, but just changed the piece because I'm like, I didn't have enough cutout of that one. So I'm like, I'm going to change that to a different piece. So same card really, but this time, because I stamped it all at once, more of the stampings caught that embossing powder, which just makes it even more cool. This is actually, I think it's better. So the draw tonight is someone gets to select one of these three cards. All right, so we got that going. So that's the prize for the night. All right, so then we got to label these. So I'm just going to use a pen. I very well could have pull out stamps and number, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just whimsy with a pen that doesn't want to work. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good enough for you? Hope so. Better be. Oh, now my pen just... Okay. That's what happens when I get free pens from people. Okay. So we're going to spin. And there's 4 people. I have their names written down. So that way I'm not actually selecting who's who. I'm totally not rigging this. All right. So we're going to give this a couple of test spins. Now I am right-handed. So I'm just going to turn, I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to turn this way. And I'm just going to give this a couple of good spins to see how this works. So that was 4. That's 1. 1 again, apparently. And that's 3. All right, so to just overall get the idea that this does function really well. Anyway, but... All right, so here we go, and I tend to close my eyes when I do this, and Buddy suddenly decides he wants to dig the floor. Hi, buddy. Hi, kids. Yes, we're so looking forward for the cone. Oh, there he is. Hi. Hi, big boy. Yes, he's still wearing the cone. One more day, buddy. One more day, my big boy. He is such a handsome boy. He has been having a lot of fun with a bone in the house, as in a doggy bone, not like a real bone. And he's been chewing the crap out of it. Hey, buddy, you gonna help me select the winner? Good boy. He's trying. So, okay, buddy, which one do you want to select? All right, we're gonna spin. And whoever number 4 is Angelique. So she won last time, so she wins again. So I'll get in touch with her and find out which the cards she wants. Alright, and that's it for the draw. So I gotta mark that down. That she won. There we go. There's the winner of that. Now, hi, buddy. Oh, you're so sweet. He wants to go outside. He really, really does. And I feel bad for him. I'm like, we're in the middle of a video. You were outside like an hour ago, little big boy. He was having fun in the snow. He really was. Okay, so I'm going to carefully put stuff away here. That way I know what I'm doing. Alright, and then I have a shelf up there, so I'm just gonna try to toss it up there with a buddy in my lap. Hi, big boy. Hi, big boy. Okay, so tonight's card that we're actually crafting, that was fun, although that was like a good 15 plus minutes, is this card. I didn't design this. I actually received this in the mail from our big leader, Jen. She's awesome, because I won a prize recently. Hi, big boy. And I was doing up some cards a good week or so ago, and I was looking at this, and I'm like, you know what? I took this template and kind of did something with it. So the card that I did initially was this. So, very plain, yes. I was using old retired Sale-a-bration paper. That's actually right here. Hold on, let me not show you my address. Which is this Daffodil Afternoon. This is all I have left of a 12 by 12 pack of old paper. And when I was doing the layout, I'm like, you know what? I just want to use some really old stuff. That's why I keep this nearby for, hey, if I'm just experimenting with a project, I got some neat stuff nearby. But then I'm like, you know what? I got to do something with current products. So, in case you're wondering, this stamp set is, I was going to say hand stamped with love, but it's just stamped with love. That's the stamps I used. And of course, I got a good glare happening. Let me slightly change that. Here, we'll move it over. Just for the mailbox, and then I used the ink and a water brush to kind of color it in. That was the inspiration for that card. Now, I did it again using current stuff. So the stamp is current. And I used the Flight in Airy Sale-a-bration paper for the background and the birdie, and I just realized I'm going to need another block. I did not pull out a third block because I forgot what the layout of it. Alrighty, so I'm going to have a very fun time crafting with a doodle on my lap. Wish me luck. So you can see it's the same card layout, but it's interesting how changed it up a little bit. Like this one, I used the same color as the designer series paper, which is pale papaya, to put the hearts, and then there is a letter on. You want this one? He's getting all excited. And then this one, the ink was fresh freesia. I use again the blending brush it on. I'm planning on embossing tonight with the black embossing powder, but it's gonna be a challenge with this dude. Okay, so I'm going to try to get started here. I'm just going to put my inspirations off to the side. We're going to get the stamping done first. Now, I would love for Big Buddy to stay on my lap, but unfortunately, Buddy, I need to move you because it's not safe for you to be on my lap for this. Okay, he's insisting. He has to be part of the video tonight. Oh my goodness. Okay, but I want to get the stamping done, which requires embossing. Oh, hi. Hi. You're standing tall. His paws are really on the table. Who's standing tall? Hi, big boy. I know, big boy. I know. Hey, buddy. All right, and there's one thing I did not prep for tonight. I did not grab my coffee filter for doing embossing. Oh, shoot. He almost knocked a bunch of stuff off the desk. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I might not be embossing tonight. Oh, boy. Okay. All right, so we're going to get started. Hi. So what you need is a card base, the normal size, and then you need one of these for the front, because I actually layered the front. So we're going to kind of do what I can with a doodle literally on my lap. And speaking of doodles, the other one's under me. So I got one here, and the other one, he is here, and she's down on the floor down there. So it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, and I'm sitting back in my chair, so I have to, like, navigate the cone. I swear, we are so looking forward to no more cone tomorrow. Alright, so I'm just going to fold this. I'm going to grab a bone folder here. Oh, hi, big boy. Okay, we got that, and then we got that. That will go on top, and that will go on with dimensionals when we get there. But now I need to cut the paper. Hi. Who's a good boy? Alright, now let me bring in the Flight and Airy paper. I might change the design a little bit from the first time I did this. Okay, hi. Goodness. Oh, it's like I moved the paper and he follows. Oh my goodness. Can I use that to my advantage? Hi, paper. Nope, he wants to play. Okay, alright. So the Flight and Airy. Hi. So I'm just gonna reach in and see what I got going on here. So I always like to look up my scraps in case I've... Hi. He spinned my other hand. Oh my goodness, you're so cute! Alright, so first... Okay, this video is gonna be like 2 hours long of this, right? Oh my goodness, Betty! Alright, so first I like to look at the pieces in case I got something... Oh, I like that color, actually. Ooh. Can I use that color? I need to cut more of that color. I am liking that color right now. Alright, let's put it off to the side. We'll come... Hi, buddy. Oh! I'm free! Okay, that means I might be able to... that means I should take advantage of Buddy's bounce down to sniff at my scraps of white paper. And I should take the advantage to do my embossing now before Buddy decides to get back in my lap, especially when Mommy makes noises when she does the embossing. Alright, so let's get this going now before it is way too late. I need my filter. Alright, I need one of these because it's super crucial for this. Okay, no, go, kitty. So get the stamps. Oh, I also need... Hey, that's not for you, big boy. He wants my scraps of white paper. I might have to lure him away. But let's get the embossing done first. Before it's too late. Alright. Okay, I got this. I got that. I gotta get stuff going. Hi. I'm trying to reach it away, but he's standing right there. Okay. Oh my goodness. So let me double check that this will fit. This will fit. Okay. That way I have a bit of a plan. Alright. I'm using, first time ever, I'm using the black embossing powder. This is a new one for me. I'm just keeping an eye on where is everybody. That way I don't have an accidental something. The ink I'm going to use is black ink. Black on black just makes sense. Okay, good. He has moved. So I'm going to move my bundle of white scraps away from Buddy Boo. Oh my goodness. We got like everything happening tonight. Alright, I just moved it temporarily away to keep him from getting this thing. Yeah, I use a lot of white paper, so it just becomes such a white paper scraps thingy that I'm like, oh my. And that's not the only one. I have another one too of like just white paper everything. All right, so then so this is the Memento black ink. I will need to stamp this again to make the little leather envelope, but we'll get to that shortly. And then for some reason, I think this black ink is starting to wear down, which means I'm going to need a refill, which I will need a refill. All right, so then stamp it. While I'm holding on to that, I'm just going to cap the ink, flip it upside down, because with those ones, they kind of need to be stored upside down to keep the ink relevant. All right, got that, not bad. Yeah, the ink is starting to dry out. And then take the powder, dip it on my sheet. Very black, eh? Wow. Look at that black powder. And then kind of tap it off. And then it's a little messy because I didn't prep the surface because I don't have the right tools to prep the surface, but that's okay. So I'm just going to move it off to the side. Put the cap kind of on that for the moment, loosely, because I'll come back to that. Yeah, that's very black. So then, heat tool. I always use the low setting at a personal preference. And let me bring in a little more lighting. I should use the higher setting, but it's loud. And I didn't pre-warm it, so it's taken a bit. Yeah, it's starting to come along. I need a little more give on my cable. Because I'm disorganized in my art room. And I'm just giving a really good blast of heat. Alright, so let me see. I'm going to turn it off for a sec. Hey, CCL. Yeah, it's very messy. The black ink, or the black powders. Alright, I'm just doing a visual check to see if I got it all. So it's kind of hard to tell for some reason. Or my eyes are going tonight. No, I got a few more spots, I think. Yeah, need a little more. Hi, Evelyn. Thanks for watching. So that means I got 2 possible entries for next week's prize, which will be one of these cards. Just gonna give that a little more because that section didn't quite get it. Alright, I think we got enough of it. But yes, this requires a very very organized crust. There we go. That looks... no, I got more to go. Oh my goodness. We are going to be a lengthy video tonight. And it's such a big stamp too. That's kind of makes it a little hard to tell. Alright. Okay. Do you think I have it this time? We'll soon find out. I'm just running my eyes along all the lines. I think we finally have it. Yes. Okay. So now that the messy part is almost done, I'm going to bring back the powder. I'm going to bring back my coffee filter. And the advantage of the coffee filter is dump it back in the container, which might have a little residue of clear and other color in it from previous use. This is my first time using the black embossing powder. Alright, it's as good as I'm going to get. So there we go. So far, I believe the messy part is done, unless I get into another round of more embossing. We'll see. I very well could. Alright, I'm going to keep that filter nearby, because I might do more. Okay. But I think black-wise, we're done. Alright. And yes, the desk does get a little bit powdery. I've yet to learn how to be organized. So I've got that one done. Now, we're going to stamp it again in normal ink with normalness. And no need to emboss. Because this step, I don't want to emboss. Because I learned last night, I was doing stamping and embossing and all that fun stuff last night. I learned what I did. I'm going to be cutting this out, by the way. What I learned is if you have the item pre-cut and everything, I've learned it's really hard to hold it when you're doing the heat gun, because you're burning your hands trying to hold it, and that is not fun, my friends. So I've had to learn some tricks to get by with last night's project. Alright, stamp that one. Of course, my sweater's bugging me. There we go. But see the difference? Like, the ink is a little weak, but look at the difference, actually. It really makes it pop. Because, yeah, that ink is starting to wear down, because I've used a lot of it. Alright, I'm just going to grab a sponge. But yeah, look at that difference. It's fascinating. And yeah, I need to get refill for that ink. I really should add that to my shopping list. That's actually not a bad idea. Near future. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this off the block. I've cleaned it when I can right now. Put it on here for a moment. We'll do some more stamping, but I also have to figure out the card layout because I'm undecided. And of course I'm sniffly too. Alright, so put those aside for now. We'll come back to that. I'm just going to move my heat tool somewhere somewhat safe. Now, back to where we were. I was looking at the paper, and I kind of had a moment of, I don't know, this color spoke to me, but I don't have to use it, because I originally did it in the blue, but I'm kind of feeling a different mode tonight. That way, make the color. Oddly enough, if you mix rubbing alcohol with some water and put a few drops in your ink, yes, I do occasionally drip water into them, yes. But I really should invest in picking up the ink refiller, because I use that black ink quite a lot, so ultimately I'm going to have to get some. Alright, so let's... Aren't the birdies cute? Alright, question for you. Should I do the card picture in birdies or the pink? For anybody who's watching. And what I mean is the blue background, birdies or pink. Because I'm in the mood to do something different tonight. Because I would never intend to do the birdies for instead of blue. Alright. Evelyn says birdies. Let's do birdies. Because I think that's going to be really, really cute. Okay. I did write down a partial measurement because I had to figure out my measurements. I wrote a partial measurement. Alright, bring in the trimmer. And I gotta bring this back in again because I'm like, well, what's my size? Alright, 3 3/4. Okay, now I know my size. So I need to cut Now, with the birdies, they gotta be directional, friends. So 3 3/4. Let's cut a strip of that. Okay. And then I need 1 5/8. Now, what's 5/8? Here's my guide. After the 1/2 inch is 5/8. Okay. Because this, I always will mess up. So that's 1, 1 1/2, and there's 1 5/8. And that should be good to create the 3 panel pieces. Assuming I made this correctly. And then if I'm careful, I can keep them directional with the placement on the paper. So there we go. So there's the 3. I don't know, I got them like totally off view. So I'm just going to keep these in order. These are in order, okay? Alright, put the paper trimmer off to the side for now. I'm going to put some of this stuff away so I don't lose it. Now that I'm good for a little bit. And we'll come back to the paper in a short, but at least get the panels glued on. Alright, so I got this. I cut ahead of time. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And then these birdies are going to go on. And we're going to keep them in order, because I think that'll be really cool. More or less like that. So I'm going to bring in my seal and kind of sort of get them lined up. So grab one of these. I just love that paper color underneath, that pinky, purpley, pinky. It is really nice. Alright. So then I gotta eyeball it because I want a white border around it all. So they say to do the edges first, but I'm kind of whimsical with how I do things. So just kind of, that one's in place. Hopefully I don't bump it. Yeah, I'm not big on birds. I should be. I'm more about squirrels. I mean, if they come up with some squirrel paper, I'd be like, oh my god, squirrels. But I don't think they really have yet. Alright, so I got a little bit of a gap in between that there. It just creates a neat effect. And then the last piece, I should be able to position really well. There we go. There's our 3-piece panel. Oh, Evelyn, you missed it earlier. I forget what the timestamp was. Buddy was on my lap, pinning me down. It was before I did the heat embossing, and I was about to do the heat embossing, and he would not get off my lap. And then when he finally did, I was like, okay, I can heat emboss, because I can't do it with him. Like, he was like pretty much on the table on my lap. You'll have to catch the replay. Ivy is under me. Buddy is now somewhere, because he's still wearing the cone. The cone is coming off tomorrow. Yes. Okay, so we got this. So now that we know what this looks like, I still want, similar to my original design, I want to bring in a bird holding a letter. So here's the birdies. As you can see, I cut one already. So this gives me an idea of who we have for birds. And I'm thinking of changing, because I did the time I did that. When I did this, I did Fresh Freesia for the mailbox coloring, but I'm thinking of doing Lost Lagoon, because where I got the idea was them to kind of match. So I want Lost Lagoon. So I got a choice of that birdie, that birdie, that birdie. I'm liking him. Let's do him. Okay, scissors. Lots of scissors time. And this is pretty too, by the way. Alright, so I want some Lost Lagoon happening. I know, I'm cutting off camera. Sorry, guys. Just enough to cut the bird out. Alright. And I don't think I included Lost Lagoon in my notes for tonight because I tend to go off script sometimes, as you all know. Alright, so I'm just putting the paper away because I'm good for a bit. And this Flight and Airy paper is part of the Sale-a-bration, as a reminder. It comes with, if you spend $60, you can get the paper for free. Alright, so here's the fun part, is fussy cutting, which I am not good at. I'm going to do the best I can. I probably should have done this ahead of time, but I like to spontaneously change my project during a video, so here we go. And I have a neat little tool that will prove useful if I'm having difficulty cutting little areas. So I'm just trying to work this slowly. And the thing with fussy cutting is patience. So feel free to get a coffee and come back in 10 minutes as I'm working on this. And it's all good. All right, so I'm working on it. Oh, I covered my little bin, my little garbage bin, which is this. I had the filter on top of it. I'm like, yeah, that's not useful. All right. But yeah, I'm just trying to get carefully around his or her beak. I don't know why I keep calling it a him, but yeah, it works. I guess the blue color, even though it should be gender neutral, but it's all good. You know, it's whatever perception you want to pick for. They can be any critter they want to be. And knowing my luck, I say that, and then a whole bunch of haters are going to comment on my YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, yeah, I've been starting to get between YouTube and Facebook for my colored kitty aspect of videos. I'm starting to get some haters here and there, so it's like, oh well. But here's the funny thing is, even though the haters are commenting on my videos with their negativity, the giggle is, it's actually helping my numbers because they're commenting, and I'm like, that's funny. All right, I'm getting there, and it's 10:02. Hold on. Thank you, watch. So if you have an Apple Watch, maybe next time, Evelyn. So the thing with Apple Watch is it wants me to stand up every hour. Technically, I have not really actually stood up during this hour. Anyway. But yeah, I've had some not nice comments from people. And it's like, why? Why bother? It's like, why the need to be so mean? I don't know. Alright, so I'll explain all this in a moment. I'm just cutting around the feet, because I'm still going to keep a little bit there, even because I'm going to cover it with the envelope. Just that way I have a little spot I can glue the envelope on. Alright, and speaking of envelope, we'll come back to this in a bit. Now, we're going to do a bit of coloring. So remember I said I want to do Lost Lagoon. We're only going to color the first one because we're chopping the second one. So the interesting technique of coloring, where's Lost Lagoon? There's Lost Lagoon. I need a water thingy. Of course, now I'm all sniffly. Sorry, I know, hands are yucky. And I think when people are mean, it's because themselves are having problems in their lives. So they feel the need to lash out to others to make themselves feel good. I think that's what it is. And yeah, I know from experience. So, of my own, you know, I get grumpy on things. So I got this water brush. There's water in it. I'm just going to squirt water down to moisten up the thing and then just dip into the ink. And this is a really great way of coloring with Stampin' Up! Ink. Anyway, but that's just my perspective about people. It's like some people just can't handle it when they perceive someone else doing something better than them or just having the balls to do something outside their comfort. It's like, I don't perceive myself as a beautiful person. I shouldn't say that. I should be beautiful in every which way, but it, because like my spouse and I talk about, you know, me doing online videos, and for me to be able to advance to the next level requires a level that I'm not ready for. But it's just stuff we talk about on what can I do to advance, and it's, I don't know, just some people just, they feel the need to be mean. All right, so we're working on it. So it's like watercoloring here, just differently. And it's meant to be light, and that's what I'm going for here. It's nothing fancy. And because it's embossed, it's actually really, really neat. I don't think I've ever done this way before with the embossing. I'm in this groove of I gotta like emboss everything. Almost everything. There's some things I don't, as we'll see with this. Anyway, of course my microphone keeps touching my chin because it's attached to my sweater. And yeah, so I'm just kind of working this. But you see how this is really cool, eh? Just a neat way to color a stamped image when you don't have the right stuff with you. It looks really light, doesn't it? But I think it looks nice. Like, I could definitely dip more and get a little more color. Like, there we go. Just to kind of work a little more in. And of course, again, any warning when you're doing any kind of watercolor stuff, use watercolor paper, not regular paper. Huge difference. Because this paper is going to cripple a little bit. And this is scrap paper too, by the way. As courtesy of the section that Buddy wanted to chew on the floor. Oh, what's Junior doing? Oh, hey Junior, how you doing, kitty? We have to watch Color the Kitty, don't we? Alright, so we got that colored. There we go. And I just, on the table, try to clean the tip of that a little better. Oh my goodness, I'm so sniffly tonight. Okay. So I got that. Now, I'm not done. I want to add a little bit of other color. Because I just feel we need another color. Hi, Junior. I'm going to bring in Flirty Flamingo. Because why not? Let's give a little more accent to this thing. Because we should. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm putting a little bit of pink on the rest of that mailbox. And in case you're wondering, yes, Stampin' Up! Does sell these. These are not the official, but we do have these. Since I've had these for years, so I'm like, yeah, I might as well use what I still have. And eventually acquire the fun stuffs. Because as some of us demonstrators know, our wish lists keeps growing year by year, and it's insane. There we go. So I can't really see it on the screen, but there is a little bit of pink on that. I'll hold it up in a sec. Oh, I'm so sniffly tonight. Ugh. I need a Kleenex. I don't have one here, so I have to make do with me sniffly. All right. So yeah, there is a little bit of pink there. It's hard to tell, but it's there. Okay, so we got that done. I'm not as liking the color so much, but I think it'll look nice with this. All right. So then next up, we're going to cut out the mailbox. So first things first. Let's separate the two. There we go. And then, something I learned doing this the first time is get this cut now, because it makes it a lot easier later. And carefully you don't cut yourself doing this, because there's a little lip on here, and I just want to be just under that lip. There we go. It's easier to do it now than later. I found when I've done 2 of these already. Because this will be my 3rd one of this type of card. Alright, there we go. So then go around. I just love the embossing powder. They have a thing called Embossing Buddy, which helps prep the surface. I need to get one of those because it is a little messy with the powder. So I'm learning. But I figure, you know what? Even if it's messy, it's still a fun card. Alright, we got this, we got that. Alright, so that is the mailbox. Looking really cool. Nicely with the picture. And then, now this, bye-bye mailbox. I just want that little letter. I saw some dirt on there or something. Probably just residue ink from wherever earlier. So there, unfortunately, there goes a good looking mailbox, but that's okay. Alright, so then I'm just gonna already snip. I got scrap paper for another day, and that will go in the garbage. I could keep it, but I'm not. Alright, so then, here's our bird friend. We're gonna already attach the envelope to our bird. That way, ta-da! Oh, Evelyn, you and your kitty cats. I lose track of how many you have. I really do. So what did Jack do? Now that you brought up Jack the cat and Jenny, I do acknowledge. I see all your wonderful comments tonight. Both of you are wonderful. Commenting on the video. I appreciate it. I really do. Especially since Facebook will not let me really do too many comments on the vendor groups. So I was like, okay, I'm just backing off for a good day, and then I'll try again tomorrow. The groups are aware that I'm like, yeah, I can't comment. I think it's only for like so long, and then it kind of, I can do a, like once it calms down from when I did, I can do a little throughout the day, but I can't go back to what I was doing. So I'm kind of limited until I don't know when. But that's okay. Jack the cat, he is kind of like Junior, but he has more of a camera hand. Alright, so we got Birdie here happening, and then we got the mailbox. I like the mailbox down here. Now, and the paper's curling because I watercolor. That's the thing you gotta keep in mind when you're using paper that don't belong, is it kind of modifies a little. But I want a phrase, sentiment, or something. It's just the card is small. Where's my stamps? There's my stamps. I got, so you get a card, love you always, I like you. Bear with me a moment. You want to do something weird? I have a totally unique idea here. Like, I had another I haven't done before yet. So I'm gonna get on it. The color I'm going to use is Lost Lagoon, because I'm loving Lost Lagoon. We're going to emboss. I can't even talk tonight. All right. We're going to use the clear, so that way it comes up as Lost Lagoon. This might be good or a fail. I don't know, but I think it's going to be fun. So I need a different block. Or I can use the one that's existing, which is fine too. I'm going to go with I Like You. Now, I prefer the clear embossing powder. I really, really do. And I realized, oh no, I'm probably going to go through that the most. So I got to figure out, where am I going to get more clear embossing powder? Alright, so I got I Like You. First time using this stamp, so I'm going to season it. Because I actually started looking around, I was like, where can I buy the clear? Okay, I'm going to stamp on here, and I'm going to go up here. And I think it's going to look really cool. And I could be very wrong. Okay. Da, 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 da. Aww, well, I'm glad Junior's enjoying. I'm glad, because I'm a kitty in spirit. We all know I am the colored kitty. Alright, here we go. We are embossing. Lost Lagoon. Because that way it ties in the Lost Lagoon I've used so far. So I hope that's enough. I'm just going to go there. God, I hope this works. Might not work, but it is worth a try. So I just threw it on there. And then tap off some. Yeah, I definitely prefer to clear. Okay, so clear is on there. I'm going to cap that so I don't ruin the rest of my powder because I'm loving that way too much. Bring in the heat tour. Now the embossing powders, they come in 3-packs. So the one with the clear has white and black, and I'm like, I want the clear! I'll read the comments in a moment. Alright, that is done. Alright. Now I gotta catch up on the comments. So I embossed I like you on that, which is a little hidden with the birds, but I still think it's really cool. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that's cool. Alright. Invisible. I don't think Stampin' Up! Has invisible ink. I could be wrong. Because the thing with the clear is you need ink to be able, ink color to do it. I just love the clear personally. Oh my god, I love it. It's my favorite. Yeah, I was looking on a store website last night. I'm not going to tell you which one. It's like, can I buy clear separately just for have a little bit kicking around so I can do fun stuff like this? I got a little bit of black in there, but that's okay. It might make the next time interesting. And this is to kind of get a baseline of like how much does this compare with other companies. Oh, I don't know invisible ink is lemon juice. I know nothing here. I didn't do that in school. That requires me to actually be doing school. First time seeing clear. I've used clear before. Then again, maybe I haven't done clear in video. I can't remember. I've done a lot of stuff. All right. Because I also want to figure out what's the size, like weight of. This is the pack it comes in. Half ounce, 12 grams. Yeah, but is that each or total? Well, that's helpful. Anyway. But yes, Evelyn, if you find a recipe for invisible ink, I will do an invisible ink card. How's that? Alright, so I'm just going to pack this up. Because I have all the Stampin' Up! Embossing powders. Clear, white, black, gold, copper, silver. And I wish they did more. But yeah, alright. But yeah, no, because when I stand with the ink, you can't see it as well, but when you emboss it, it's gotta shine. I had it a moment ago. There is a shine, I promise. Alright, I'm going to clean my stamp. Oh, I'm at an hour already. Oh my god. We're nearly done, actually, I think. More or less. Unless I do some more stamping, which I probably won't. Oopsie, I'm making noise. Okay. So, I'm just going to, because I used embossing powder, clear my desk a little better. Alright, now, something I've done 2 nights in a row is glue this onto the card the wrong way. So, this is the correct way, because what I did was, not paying attention, I glued this on, and I'm like, that's not the way. But that could be a cute mystery card. Alright, anyway. So this is going to go on with dimensionals, because some of us love our dimensionals. Yeah, I love the sparkle too. I prefer the clear embossing powder so far. Out of the ones I've used silver, I've used gold, I've used black. It's my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want 5 dimensionals. Do you know why I need 5 dimensionals? This is why I need 5 dimensionals. 4 corners in the middle. I kind of didn't wait. I'm like, I'm just going to go with it. Alright. So just pull off the white caps. In case you're wondering why they're shaped, is I used the border of the remaining pack. Now, directional. This time I'm checking because I had 2 nights in a row. I glued it on the wrong way and I had to rip it apart and fix it. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's our card. Now, remember our mailbox. And then our birdie. And I feel like it's still going to need something else. I'm seeing something here. Okay. Now, I need more dimensionals. Hence why I'm just going to pull out a new pack that I have here. A new sheet, anyway. A pack has 3 of these sheets. And I think each sheet has 100 dimensionals on there. In case you're like, well, how long does these last? Well, it depends on how many you use per project. So I use, let's say 5. And then this one's probably going to get 5 or 6. Actually, because the paper's curling pretty badly. So I need to save it. Okay. That way to try to structure it a little better. Because, you can use regular paper, but it's already curling because I wet it. But to me, that's the fun part of crafting is don't have to have every required tool and material and stuff. It's like, it's fun to use what you have and just learn. Because, for example, the ink, except for the clear, because it works with the color ink, otherwise, I don't have the official embossing ink. I'm just using regular ink. But the deal is I have to be quick with it. Alright, now we're going to dimensional the birdie. Actually, we'll got 1. And I should use up some of these, which I will. So I'm going to put 1 way down on the envelope. And then, yeah, I'm going to use them all from that sheet. There we go. Because even me, it's like I'm still learning and gathering materials. But as long as you've got enough to get started, some paper, ink, stamps, or something, some decorative paper, so you're good to go. Good to get started with the fun of crafting. Alright, so we're going to glue this birdie on with dimensionals. And even though this card has taken me an hour to make, because I, get distracted, squirrel-brained, and buddy and everything, it's still really cool. But there, pretty. Now, my only complaint about this card and why I wouldn't have not done this in the first place is I find the bird on top of the background of birds, it makes the background really busy. But that's just me. Like, that's just my perspective looking at this card. I prefer the other ones I've done. Like, it is pretty. And like, for example, the original concept, because she did the white and then the celebrate, it helped make it stand out versus this stands out. This one not so much. The I like you is partially there. If I positioned it better, I think it would have been more effective. Well, I wasn't sure what part you were going to use it for. I don't know. Well, the first 15, 16 minutes of the video was making a spinner wheel so I could do the drawing for last week's video. That was the first bit of the video. Alright, so then we got this. Now, I gotta add something. We're not done. Now, I gotta carefully move this entire tower of stuff because I want what's in this box, which I normally don't go for that box. It's still really pretty, the birds. Like, it's still really, maybe it, like, actually, when I look at it in front of me here, it looks better. Like, actually, when you tilt it, you can kind of see it more relevant. Like, maybe it's just not camera friendly. Like, it does look really, really good. But I just feel we need to add something to it. So this is an old paper pumpkin box I've decorated. Any of these boxes I've decorated, I repurposed for other reasons. Alright, because as I was making this card, I thought of this. This is rainbow adhesive backed dots, and I really should have checked if it's a current product or not. No, I mean, I could do a branch, but then I gotta draw one, and I'm not. I have an idea, a partial idea. I also want to check to see if this is a current product or not. Bear with me a moment, because I don't. I was gifted this from Leader Jen. Actually, that's what came in her card. Was this? I don't know if there's a branch stamp, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of too late now because I have a little bit of a white gap there, so it's a bit of a crapshoot now. But that's the fun part of experimenting, is take an idea, try it, and see what you come up with. And if it works or it doesn't, it's all good. Okay, yeah, these are in the current catalog. It seems. Our current website, anyway. And yeah, there are branches and stuff. I have to buy one. I'm not. Alright. Let's open this up. I don't actually know. I should have looked at the website. What are the coordinating colors? Well, too late now. I'm not opening it up. And yeah, storms are not good. We just got snow here today, but I made it home. Alright. So even though I've got a whole whack of the Lost Lagoon stuff happening, which might not be a color family in this. Or it might be. I'm going to double check. Because I should have looked at it. Alright, what colors does this have? Because it doesn't tell me the packaging. Okay, Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Frisia, Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. Okay, no Lost Lagoon. Remind me, I've got to get you a video of the baby chick. Aww, baby chick is not a baby chick. Aww. Alright, so I'm feeling these dots. And I have an idea. I'm just going to use my fingers, because that's my... preference. That way it draws the eye to there, which might not look so great. I want 3. Well, this is going real well. I picked it up and it didn't take the glue with it. Okay, let me take my pick tool. There's a putty end that makes this super effective. Oh, I just don't like the putty. I don't like it. There. I mean, I got that little dot. I can position it where I want it. I'm not liking it. But that's okay. Yeah, I am not a fan of that putty. Because I think it just gets really worn out. Oops. Oh, I just ripped it. Fudge. I just ripped a piece off of it. I think it'll come back. I don't even know how to use it, to be honest. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. It's not a tool I'm a fan of. Anyway. It also comes with a refill anyway, so it's not a bad thing. But maybe that's more manageable now. Anyway, so I got 3 dots, which I don't really like. To try to draw attention to it. I don't like how that worked. That's okay. Alright. Still a cute card. So we'll show up the 3 that I've made, not the inspirational one. Although the inspirational one is really nice. Because I can tell Jen used the same paper, which is good of her. Alright. So let's see the cards. So Evelyn, here's the recap. I wanted to do, so the recap was, I was given this card, and I decided to copy the concept. So the first one I made was this, with the mailbox theme, using retired paper from Daffodil Delight. No, that's not what it's called. Daffodil Afternoon, because Daffodil Delight is a color of yellow. Anyway, so that's how I made this original card. No embossing, nothing fancy. And I used the pale papaya ink in the background to match up with this paper. But when I did this one, it was a very bland card. And I think you all can agree. However, I love this because I'm using this as now my "Can I mail you a card" post is showing this card. There we go. So then the next one I made is this guy. The one that we've been modeling on after from tonight, which is the birdie, and the paper is the Flight and Airy. The mailbox, as we know, is from the Stamp of Love. No embossing, nothing fancy. Black ink, fresh freesia, and then fresh freesia, and then some hearts and fresh freesia, and it looks really good. Like, it looks great, but tonight, when I was making tonight's card, when I was about to do okay, I'm going to cut paper, again, I thought was bland. But so far out of the 2, it's really nice. Now, then there's tonight's card, which totally different direction, because when I was about to cut the paper, I'm like, you know what? Birds or pink? And Evelyn said birds, and I'm like, let's go with birds. So let's do birds. So same card, really. Like, this one's just, mirrored differently. And then, of course, this is slightly different. But it's really the same card done 3 times, and each time done differently compared to the original. So, there we go. That was the cards for tonight. Now, in the comments, I'd love to know which of these 3, so let's put that away, which of these 3 do you love the best? Because I would love your feedback on what you think. What worked, what didn't. This ink was real red, and I used pale papaya to fill that in. This was the fresh freesia. This was the Lost Lagoon, which I'm loving Lost Lagoon. Okay, so we have 2 votes for the blues. Aw. It is a really nice card, so that's interesting. Yeah. The only difference is this one has embossing on this and on there, and a couple of decorative gluey dot thingies. Alrighty. So there we go. We're done. It took me way too long. Special guest appearance was Buddy. Catch that in just after I did the spinny wheel. And yeah, have a great night, everyone. Yes, I really should tell you what are some of the stuff I used. I don't have it all fully decked out. I didn't even use fresh freesia. Go figure. Anyway, well, you kind of get the idea of what I used. And then to overlap and make it even more confusing, There's a general assortment of what tools I normally use. So paper trimmer, bone folder. We got the Seal Plus. I did not use tear and tape. I got dimensional scissors. All of these are just my scissors. Sometimes I use a die cut in the Boss machine, but I did not need that tonight. The purple shim I used to clean the stamps, and of course the heat tool. So there we go. Okay. You said we're done. Man, sister shot you a look. She's like, just when I start listening, you're going to quit. Hi, sister. How you doing? Sister being another kitty cat. So, sister, which card do you like? And does Junior get a vote too? Let's see what the cats say. I started thinking about what does the fox say song, and I'm like, how's that gonna work with what does the cat say? Oh my god. Alright, I'll give it another moment in case the cat's got commentary, okay? Because we have to have the animals too. She touched the orange one. Really? Oh, that's cool. Thank you, sister. That's the first one I made. It's actually pale papaya is the color. Anyway. Junior ran away. Yeah. Alright, that's all good. Does he like birds or not like birds? Alright, I'm going to now officially go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for those who commented. I believe I saw half the comments here and there. Congrats to Angelique for winning the card from last week. Oh, kitty cats. Speaking of critters, I got these two who are just wanting to walk, so we're gonna have to go walk in the snow. Bye, everybody.